Okay, so I wanted to make a short video, and I wanted to talk about, again, when the right time is to be intimate and what exactly does that mean. And when we are having to talk to our youth about sex, intimacy, and when the right time to be intimate with someone. So, one of the other things that I told my son is that once you have made it in your mind that you're going to have sex, you've acknowledged that the person that you're having sex with is you, has the same morals and guidelines as you, has the same, moral compass as you. If they don't, then you're going to run into issues. You're going to run into problems. What I haven't talked to my son about is the simple fact that before you have sex with someone, you should know their life. You should know their parents. You should kind of have an idea of what they've gone through. You should have asked all of those questions before getting intimate with them. Because when you have sex with a person, you give yourself to them, and they give themselves to you. So, whatever darkness that they have, you now there are now consequences. Not necessarily, maybe I don't know if I'm using the right words, but there's a you have to deal with that. Whatever darkness that they've gone in their childhood, what they're currently going through, you accept that, and that is now a part of you. So, I mean, before you even have sex, so before you even get to that point, you need to have everything ready. You have to be prepared. Have you been listening to your elders? Have you been following the guidance of your parents and your elders? Things of that nature. Um, if you are watching this and you have somewhat of a matrix mindset, you might not be able to fully get the message because um, I don't necessarily think that you have to have a lot of money to be able to be a good parent, to be able to provide for your children, for your family. You know, there's ways around everything. The universe didn't give us these bodies to produce children, um, and we have to have a 9 to 5 job. I just don't simply feel that that's the case, but that's a whole nother story. But I just want my viewer. I don't know who all views me. I don't know if it's just people who are in the matrix, people who are out the matrix. Technically, I'm still in the matrix. The job that I have is technically still of the matrix. But you don't have to have a 9 to 5 job and be making a certain amount of money every year to have children. Because if that was the case, like I said, I do not believe that we were brought to this earth to make paper. we're not brought to this earth. I mean, there's more meaning to life than that. There's more meaning to life, but it's up to us to figure out what that meaning to life is. And I'm how I am. My followers, I appreciate y'all having patience with me and my message. Y'all know what my intent of my messages are, and I appreciate y'all overlooking that, because I know I bounce from here to there to there to here to here to there. I'm all over the place sometimes, and I appreciate y'all having patience with me. But ultimately, okay, so what was I talking about? I know I was talking about children and intimacy. So yeah, the children who are curious about sex and things of that nature, they should have the basic guidelines down of being able to follow their elders, being able to follow their parents. Because how many times, well, yeah, how many times do y'all witness children who are always defiant against their parents? That's not the type of child who's ready to engulf and being intimate with someone, because they have to at least grasp that down. They have to be able to fully step into their mothership or their fathership. You have to be able to appreciate and be guided by those who have lived life longer than you. Um, what else? What else? So yeah, pretty much those are the main things. There's that, there's being able to follow your parents and your elders. Just trusting that they know they won't put you in the wrong position. Being able to know that once you have sex with someone, and in your mind, it's not because your flesh wants it. You acknowledge that that person is you. You take a vow to allow that person to get a piece of you, and you to give, and you to receive a piece of that person. You receive their darkness, you receive their light, and they receive your darkness, and you receive their light. There's still some things I have to talk to my son about. But we'll get there. But one of the great things that I want to say is that, okay, so my childhood, if you watch the full video, I had an issue with self-pleasure and also porno. And I actually told my son about, the porno thing, But what I also told my son is that when you get to the point where you feel like it's the right time to have sex, the other option is self-pleasure. But you have to be careful with that too, because that can be very addicting. I don't know. I'd be happy to know what you parents think about my videos. Are they too extreme? Are they too open? Are they too blunt? Because me, of all people, I would consider myself very passive. I'm if you've been around me, I'm not, I'm very passive. I have a very passive approach. But my son, he's very strong-willed. So we have a little bit of different personality. He's just like me. He's just an outgoing version of me. Certain things that I would... another good thing that I wanted to bring up in this video is when I was growing up, even though I didn't feel comfortable about talking to my parents about sex and things like that, one time I actually told my dad, I'm like, well, if sex is this and sex is that, why can't I watch a porno with you? Why won't you let me watch porn? Like I kind of took things to edge in my own little way too, but I'd only have little peeks of it because, like I said, I'm very naturally submissive. Not only that, I'm very passive in my approach usually, unless the universe or nature suggests otherwise, that I have to be a certain way, in order to receive what I'm supposed to receive. But yeah, I actually went there with my father. But surprisingly enough, when I talked to my son about porno, and yeah, our children lie to us, but I straight up asked him, I'm like, do you watch porn? I'm like, no. Which is a good thing, because he could have easily traveled down that road and had addictions with self-pleasure and whatnot, it's good and bad. The good part about it is that maybe, if you do it so much, you're addicted. That's the bad part. But the good part is, if you rely on yourself to self-please, then you won't feel so inclined to have sex with other people, to put yourself at risk of your heart being broken, or being a parent too early, or getting diseases. Because I didn't have my first orgasm with another person until I was 21. I was 21 when I had my first orgasm. And I've only been with 4 people. Well, yeah, 4 people that have been able to give me orgasm. So, but that's the downfall. So if you do make that connection with a person and you are fully ready for sex, both mentally, spiritually, physically, or whatever else, If you are so used to pleasing yourself, it might be kind of hard to find somebody who's able to get you to that level. So again, as usual, y'all are used to me already. I combine subjects, but that's one thing I wanted to add. This is my part 2 of sex talk with children, developing our children, and also wanted to share a little bit of my childhood and some of the crazy things that I've said, or some of the things that I've gone through in my life over the years. Hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure that you subscribe to Melanin Matter. Make sure you join my Instagram pages. Make sure you like Mattermelanin, Melanin Matter on Facebook. I'll be giving you the links and whatnot. Yep, and hit me up, tribble.skyy@gmail.com. And like I said, hope you enjoyed this video. Peace, love, and light to you. And don't be scared to make suggestions on what topics we should discuss, what topics need our immediate attention. All right, I'm going to end this video. Peace, love, and light.